Today I'm going to be covering two different things. The Fauxbonichi versus the Hobonichi, and then also the Hobonichi versus the Printpression. So this video is on the Fauxbonichi and the Hobonichi. If you'd like to watch the other video, I will have the link listed down below. All right, so first off, we have our Fauxbonichi here. I'm sure you're all already familiar with the Hobonichi, but if you aren't, this is a 2019 version. I have a clear cover on it. Just so you know, we bought this Hobonichi from Amazon Japan. It came really quickly, so if you're looking for a Hobonichi, I definitely recommend getting it from there. Then we have the front page, and I'm just going to do like a side-by-side comparison. So first page, I think this is really cute. It says Hobo in letters. Then we have the first page here, just a weekly planner. And keep in mind the Fauxbonichi is undated, but the Hobonichi, this is the 2019 version. This Fauxbonichi has like a little page explaining the different layouts it contains. I should probably create like a translated version of this because it's in Chinese and I can probably get my parents to help me translate it. But after that, you have just like a glance at the year. So we have 2019 here, 2018 and 2020 for the Hobonichi, and this looks like some important holidays, I'm guessing. And then over here, again, keep in mind it's undated, so we just have two different years from January to December. Oh, and these are just some stickers we added. We do sell these in our shop. Just an FYI, it typically looks like this. The Hobonichi has this kind of like year at 2019 glance, and I'm not entirely sure what this is for. I see some people using it as like a way to track their goals or like spending, things like that. So it seems like you can get creative with this. I'm not entirely sure what I would use it for, so I've left it blank. But then moving on from that, let's go to a blank page for the monthly. Okay. So here's an example of the monthly page blank. Again, undated over here, but we have all the dates over here. You can write in your own numbers, which I like. You'll notice that these are a little bit longer in length compared to the Hobonichi. And then the Hobonichi also has this like bottom right here that allows you to write whatever you want. But the Fauxbonichi does have this over here. So like an empty column, which the Hobonichi does as well. Not entirely sure what the coding of the colors mean for the Hobonichi, but I think it'd be cool if you could figure it out. And let me just go ahead and show you. So this is one of our monthly kits for the Hobonichi. I do see some of our customers adapting this for their Fauxbonichi, but keep in mind that again, these the layouts are different in terms of sizing, so it's not going to fit perfectly, but you can certainly adapt it for the Fauxbonichi. All right, let's go to the weekly. Look at the week. I'm testing out this new tripod thing, so we'll see how that goes. So for the weekly, again, as you can see, it's dated, not dated for the Fauxbonichi. I'm not a huge fan of like this month thing, like I'm assuming you would circle the right month, but I guess it is pretty handy if you're someone who doesn't really use stickers, because I would personally cover that up. But you can see that the layout is generally the same. You have the columns, or excuse me, the rows here. You have the grids on this side. You'll see that this grid has a bit more structure, like there's this thicker line right here that runs through. There's no such thing over on the Fauxbonichi side, and also the Fauxbonichi side has this little section over here, whereas the Hobonichi just has this one long skinny column. And then also the bottoms, the Hobonichi has this bottom right here, and I can't read this, but I usually cover this up with washi anyway. And then down here, there's like a tiny bit of room, but not really. And I would say actually this area down here is more of like this area up here. And in terms of thickness, you'll see they are pretty much the same. This row versus this row. So I would say the layouts are pretty much the same, and you can certainly use the same kits for both. I'll show you an example. So here is a kit we used in the Fauxbonichi, and then let's go to, okay. These are both from our $2 Tuesday. So you can see you can get creative, but in general, the idea is the same in terms of having the dates on this side and then using the grid however you like. Really, really flexible. I did use the washi at the bottoms. It's a bit hard to see, but here's another example. I would say that ultimately, if you are looking for a different kind of planner, I would go for the Hobonichi just because it's more affordable and you're not having to ship it all the way from Japan. But if you like this lighter kind of paper, which I'm actually not a fan of, as you can see, it doesn't really bleed through between these pages, but you can definitely see the bleed through these pages. They're a lot thinner, but if you like a thin planner, that's great. Then finally, let's skip to the back. If you go all the way back, there's about 70 pages of blank grid paper in the back of the Hobonichi, and I'm not sure how many pages there are for the Fauxbonichi, but there's quite a bit of lined paper. It's like a good chunk of like clear white lined paper, which I guess is like the equivalent of this grid paper back here. And then that's it for the Fauxbonichi. You can see that's it. The Fauxbonichi, it's a little different for each design, but this one comes with like this little flap right here, and it also comes with its own little stickers, so you can create tabs for your Hobonichi in case you do want to like completely date it. And then for the Hobonichi, there's some other pages in the back that I'm not entirely familiar with. I think these are like holidays, but I'm not entirely sure. I think these are recipes. I'm just totally basing this off of the little pictures they have. But so there's a couple of pages of that. Let me just flip on through. I'm sure there are translations somewhere on the internet if you were curious to learn more. And then we have just this blank page. This clear cover has pockets, so I like to use them for that. I know some people sell pockets that you can like adhesive pockets that you can attach to here. But some other things to point out besides the paper, the thickness of the paper, there's also they both have these ribbons. As you can see, these ribbons are starting to fray, which I'm not a fan of for the Hobonichi. The Fauxbonichi, I think they like burn the ends, so probably not going to fray on you. I'm actually surprised at how easily these started fraying. In terms of thickness, let me take this out so you can see. I would say thickness-wise, they're generally the same because they both fit this clear cover. Like this could fit in here as well. The Fauxbonichi is a bit thicker. I will say that if you add more stickers, of course, it's going to get thicker. So this one has way more stickers in it. It is more thicker than when we first got it, but as you can see, they are about the same. In terms of size, the Hobonichi is a tiny bit smaller. So let me just go ahead and lay it on top. You can kind of see. So there is like a tiny little bit more height and more width, I would say, but it's really not noticeable. And you should be able to use the same kind of covers for both. And that is about it for my review for these two. Again, if you're interested in learning more about the Printpression as well, check out the video we have down below. And you can get the Hobonichi again from Amazon Japan, and I'm sure there are other sites as well, like Jet Pens. But we get the Fauxbonichi. We sell that in our shop. We buy it from suppliers and we sell it for a tiny bit more, but only to cover the shipping cost, because we want this to be as affordable as possible for everyone who isn't able to get a Hobonichi. So I hope you guys enjoy, and check out the links below, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!